Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to today's Chinese Huangmei Opera presentation, The Butterfly Lovers, which presented by Xiaofang Huangmei Arts Academy with the support of the Folk Arts Apprenticeship Program. My name is Nan Song and I'm today's host. Let me introduce you a little bit background of myself and why we're presenting this today. I am a software engineer working at a financial company in New York City. I enjoyed watching the Chinese opera when I was a kid. I found an opportunity in 2015, which I met Xiaofang Chen and joined the Xiaofang Huangmei Arts Academy when it was first established. So I got more chance to explore this wonderful performing art. Now I have volunteered 7 years in a group to promote Huangmei Opera and the Chinese culture to the communities. In 2021, I was awarded the Folk Arts Apprenticeship Grant. It provided great support for me to learn the Huangmei Opera with my master. So today I'm going to share my learning experience with you and demonstrate how we tell the butterfly lover's story using the Huangmei Opera art. So for the audience, no matter how much you know about Huangmei Opera at this moment, I hope you will enjoy, and after an hour, you will feel that Chinese Huangmei Opera is interesting and beautiful. You will get to know some backstage stories of this performance art, and you can help introduce this art to your friends. So let's start. Today's agenda, first I'm going to introduce the important people who supported me and helped me make this happen. Second, I will give a brief introduction of what is the Chinese Huangmei Opera. Then I will tell you the butterfly lover's story, especially its delightful piece, The 18 Miles Farewell. You will experience all the major characteristics of Huangmei Opera through this piece. Last but not least, we will have the Q&A part. Audience can turn on your camera and audio to ask questions at that session. So for now, please mute and turn on your camera to make sure we can keep this moving without interruption. If you have any question during the talk, you can just put it in the chat. Okay, first, I want to welcome Kim. She is the Folk Arts Program Officer. She has made great effort to get funding to keep this Folk Arts Apprenticeship Program going every year, even during the pandemic time. So this apprenticeship was funded by a Folk Arts Apprenticeship grant from the New Jersey State Council on the Arts, Department of State, a partner agency of the National Endowment for the Arts. Thank Kim for keeping supporting us. So now my master and my co-host, my Huangmei Opera master, Xiaofang Chen. She is born in a Huangmei Opera family, merged with the art when growing up. She started learning Huangmei Opera at 13 years old and became very famous in China at 18 years old. Her voice is natural and beautiful, very similar to the well-known first-generation Huangmei Opera master Yan Fengying. Her masterpiece is the Tianxian Pei, which I will show you later. In 1990s, she came to US, and in 2015, she established the Xiaofang Huangmei Arts Academy, started to attract more people to learn Chinese culture and introduce the Huangmei Opera art to our communities. I'd like to have Master Chen say some words to us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I'm very happy to have this opportunity showcase the Huangmei Opera learning experience. Thanks to multiculturalism, hope the inheritance of folk culture and art of many ethnic groups in the world. Today, we have 2021 annual apprentice Song Nan will have a presentation. Thanks, Song Nan, for the hard work. Thanks.
Thank you, Master Chen. Now I'm going to introduce you my two co-hosts today. So for this piece, I'm going to demo to you later on. There are two characters. So I invited Shanshan Wu to help me to complete this piece. So I'll let Shanshan to say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shanshan Wu. I think cultures and arts are important elements of our life. Living in New Jersey, one of the benefits is to access and appreciate different arts all over the world. I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to learn the authentic Huangmei Opera from Master Chen. and have the opportunity to join Songnan today to demonstrate it to the community. Hope you like the elegant Huangmei art. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Shanshan. And next, I'm going to introduce Kevin Wang. He's going to talk about the Huangmei Opera music and the instrument parts later on. So, Kevin.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kevin Wang, a software engineer living in Silicon Valley. I'm working for the IT company in San Francisco. I've been learning Huangmei Opera on the master Xiaofang channel since last year. Today, I'm going to talk about the Huangmei Opera music. See you later. Thanks.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we move on to the next. What is Huangmei Opera? Let's watch a well-known piece in Huangmei Opera, 天仙配, performed by Master Xiaofang Chen. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this music and performance. Now you have a sense of what Huangmei Opera looks like. I'm going to introduce a little bit story of it. So Huangmei Opera has more than 200 years of history. It is one of the 5 major Chinese opera: Peking Opera, Yue Opera, Huangmei Opera, Ping Opera, and the Yu Opera. Lots of people have heard about Peking Opera and wonder what is the difference between these operas. So I've used this map to highlight the major areas in which each opera was established and developed. It has different dialogues and reflects different culture in each region. The Chinese culture is very inclusive. So Huangmei Opera is formally known as Huangmei Diao, a folk art form developed at the junction area of Hubei, Anhui, and Jiangxi province back in 18th century. So women sang Huangmei Diao when they were picking teeth. One of the branch moved to Anqing in Anhui province, combined with the local performance art, formed its own characteristics, which is the former form of today's Huangmei Opera. So nowadays, Huangmei Opera is a major opera in Anhui province. It also has a large influence in the surrounded area, like Hubei, Jiangxi, Fujian, Zhejiang, Jiangsu, Hong Kong, and the Taiwan area. So the Huangmei Opera formed its own characteristic, majorly reflect on this aspect: singing, dancing, and performing. Its makeup and costume are very colorful. It has unique melody and the involvement of different instruments, which we will demo all of this in the following piece. So now is the Butterfly Lover's story. The Butterfly Lovers is a famous Chinese folktale, a tragic love story of Liang Shanbo and Zhu Yingtai. It's also abbreviated as Liang Zhu in Chinese. The story happened in Eastern Jin Dynasty. During that time, women were not allowed to go to school. So Zhu Yingtai is a girl and convinces her father to allow her to attend classes in disguise as a man. On her way to school, she met a boy called Liang Shanbo. They became very good friends. So they studied together for 3 years, and Zhu falls in love with Liang. But Liang never realized that Zhu is a girl. So one day, Zhu has to leave school and go home. Liang walked a long way to see her off. They agreed to meet at Zhu's home later. So when Liang visits Zhu months later, he discovers that she's actually a girl and realizes they already fall in love with each other. However, Zhu's parents disagree with their engagement and ask Zhu to marry another man. After another few months, Liang dies because of he's so heartbroken. On the day of Zhu's marriage, she escapes and goes to Liang's grave. She cries and begs for the grave to open up. Suddenly, the grave opens with a clap of thunder. Zhu jumps into the grave to join Liang. The grave closes, and then 2 butterflies fly outside the grave. Their soul turn to that pair of butterflies and fly away, staying together forever. It's a long story. Today, we are going to show you a delightful piece in that part, which is the 18 Miles Farewell. One day when Zhu received a letter from her father, asked her to return home as soon as possible. Liang is reluctant to say goodbye to Zhu, so he accompanies Zhu for 18 miles to see her off. On the road back to Zhu's home, Zhu tries to different ways to hint Liang that she is actually a girl and she loves him. However, Liang never becomes suspicious about Zhu's identity and can't get the hints. Finally, Zhu gets an idea. She tells Liang that she has a twin sister. Actually, that's herself, and lets Liang get engaged with the twin sister. Liang is very excited about that. So they promise to meet at Zhu's home at the begging festival day. The begging festival day in Chinese, we call it 乞巧之日. Actually, it's the lunar year of the 7th day of the 7th month, Chinese version of the Valentine's Day. Okay, now you know the story. There are 2 characters in this piece, Liang Shanbo and Zhu Yingtai. In the 18 Miles Farewell piece, they walk and chatting together on the road, singing together. It's really like they're talking to each other. When I learned both Liang and Zhu's parts together, including the singing, dancing, and performing. Now I'm going to show you a teaching demo video. You will get a close experience how Master Chen taught this piece. We normally have the classes online, so you will see how we interact on the Zoom.
书房门前，一只欢快愉悦的一只梅。所以你加上动作，你的表演，你加上你的气息，又是不一样。所以你现在就要练习的时候，就要加上这些。
书房门前，一只梅，树上鸟儿对答对，喜鹊满树，喳喳叫。杨一两秋，好喜来。
好多了，接下去一定要在那个节奏上亮相才好看。兄弟二人下山来，帅气。
兄弟二人下山来，门前喜
no，门前摆的不好。门前，你说门前。
门前喜鹊成双双对，
动作也要在节奏上。门前喜鹊，蓬莱喜鹊报喜信，一个节奏，不要一愣一愣的。
蓬莱喜鹊报喜信，
对的。
恭喜贤弟一路平安，
把家归。男生嘛，不是兰花手，剑的大拇指伸进去。过了一山，从左看到右，又一山，前面跟到了。你看这个手，左手提筋式， 到了黄山。对了，双手从右手上，左手下，眼睛也看上去。凤凰山上百花，什么时候亮相？开。且少少哟，牡丹虽然好，我心是不愿迢迢难攀。观音的强调这个观观音堂。
观音堂，观音堂，
公子观音坐上，左脚放前，
Okay, from the video, you can see Master Chen pays every details, how each tone sing out and how your eyes should follow your gesture, how everything like need to be in rhyme with each other, how to act to express the feelings. So I feel fortunate to know her. She really pushed a lot and also encouraged me a lot to try on this. So after the teaching demo, you may still get confused who is Liang and who is Zhu. What I share now is the costume we ordered for this piece. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, the shipping is unpredictable. This item is still somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. So we cannot really fully dress up to demo this piece for you. You can get a sense from this picture. So on the left side with the pink dress will be the dress for Zhu Yingtai, the girl. And on the right is for Liang Shanbo, the boy. On the stage, it's very common to see that both are acted by female actors. You can see the hat, the long dress with long sleeves, a very typical dress up for male student characters in the Huangmei Opera. The large folding fan on the left up is what they're holding. Actually, I have, like this. And you can see shoes with very thick bottom there. On the right side, the top is very long, thin clothes. Black one we will wrap up on our head and under the hat. On the bottom, you will see the white one is actually, that's the fake collar we'll put inside the dress. So today, Shanshan will play the Zhu character and I will play as the Liang. For demo, we wear the similar color shirts as the dress you're seeing in the picture, so we can identify who's playing Liang and who's playing Zhu. This is Zhu, the girl, and I will play the Liang Shanbo, which is the boy. Yeah. So now I'm going to demo you the dancing part. Make sure. So yeah. So this is during the farewell journey, they go hand in hand, walk across mountains and enjoy the scenery on the road. So we're going to just play the prelude part and we'll play the music here and you'll see how we dance there. Okay. So that's the beginning of this piece. Liang and Zhu go together, and there's certain movement on the stage looks very small, but actually it indicates we go a long way. For example, Shanshan, do you want to help to demo? So you see we kind of turn around, right? Walk around. So this really means like we already go miles of distance. So that's how we tell the story on the stage. And also you can see we play with this folding fan a lot. That's the way men holding the fan. When women holding the fan, the difference is the finger will look like this. So I do have like fan which women will feel like they will feel like this. So it's more like a very female style. And the men won't do like this. The men will be like really just holding tight. And the girl shows they are very shy using the fan. They normally do this way. Yeah. And also this. Yeah. So it's not just the fan, right? You can see the eyes, the feeling being there. Yeah. And also later on, I'm going to show you the whole piece. And during that whole piece, there's certain movement show the character. So even she wear the dress like male, but she actually is a girl, right? So basically her movement action has more character of those female actions. One is typically you will see this. And also, Jensen, do you want to present this part? Yeah, so you can see this is how female do that. And Liang has a one piece, had a similar action, but to do it differently. It's like, so it's more show different characters. You will see both of us, we were singing alternative together. And also in the middle of the singing, we always do this, like go. So this is how we kind of, oh, let's go. And also there's ways say, seeing. It's really mean please. We are trying to be just like polite to each other. So normally we do this. And when we really try to show very respectful, we will like really kneel down like this. Next, I'm going to show you this whole piece.
从来西窗报思绪。
知好牡丹，两兄要择也不难。
一条牡丹虽然好，可惜是路远迢迢，怎能谈？
清新过月，清水长，鸳鸯成归人成双。两兄啊，他若是你红妆，两兄你不愿意陪我呀？
陪人呀，可惜你还不是女红妆。观音堂，观音堂，送子观音坐上方。
观音大慈没来坐，来，我与你双双来拜堂。
前月说与荒唐，两个男子怎拜堂？
两兄小弟这厢陪你了，
下次不可。
是下次不可。多趁两兄情一深，登山涉水送我心。常念叨送君千里终有别，请两兄就此之路转回城。两兄小弟倒有一言相问，
贤弟请讲。
我临别问你一句话，问两兄家中可有亲房配？
早知兄未婚配，今日相问为何来？
若是两兄未婚配，小弟给你做当媒。
不知千金哪一位？
就是儒家小九妹，
九妹今年有几岁？
与我同年，那是双胞胎。
九妹你可想想，
天猫就像我
沉闷。两胸花轿早来看，若云轻巧之，轻巧之，
That's the whole piece of this demo. As a performing art, it's not just actors acting, dancing, singing. So makeup and the costume make lots of difference too. If we were wearing the costume to do this piece, it will give you a very different visual feeling. So of course, it will be more challenged to perform with those additional things to take care of. Now what I showed here is some typical male character costumes and makeups. So this piece is more involved of male, but Huangmei Opera, a lot of female actors there. There's also some female examples. You can see the dress is colorful, fresh, and elegant, not very exaggerated. In this picture, actually in the middle, you can see the woman with this hat that's typically dressed for a princess. And on the right top corner, that's for a fairy. So to get more experience on how the makeup and the headdress are done, I will share you some small video taken by professional actors. When we do our performance, this is one of the resources I go to learn how to do the makeup myself. When you watch the video, I'd like you to pay attention to the difference of these two videos. So the first one on the left side, it has a light makeup, light headdress, and the music with modern instruments. The second one has a heavy makeup, heavy headdress, and the music played by traditional instruments. Let's check out which one you like better. Let's do the first video.
从小爸妈就对我讲，黄梅戏可不是很好唱啊，模仿着大人身段模样，实现了我的愿望。面对这爱情的考量，风俗真是我学习的榜样啊，名驸马的故事伴我成长，我的公子又在何方？为救李郎离家园，睡了黄板中转园，中转园着红袍，毛穿光花好好新鲜呐！这是一段经典的旋律，让我最怎么能够忘记？多想再回到当初的年纪，伴着音乐让我唱起。这是一段经典的旋律，把我带回那。
Okay, that's the first one, and let's just move on to the next one. The second one, as I mentioned, it has very heavy headdress, and you can experience there. Okay, so the two videos, you can see the red color has used intensively in the eyeshadow. The light one has a small area and the heavy one, red, being extended to a much larger area. The headdress showed in the first piece is much easier for us to handle. So that's normally what we use when we do performance here. The second video showed the heavy dress up. You can see it put a lot of stuff on the head. This is something really we need professional to do it. So actually I tried it myself once. I really got nausea like after half an hour, and after 1 hour, I definitely feel I was like daydreaming. It looks very beautiful, but under the scene is very hard work there. Okay, since I already give you some hints during these two videos about like different instruments played by the Huangmei Opera, now we move on to next session, the music and instrument part, and like Kevin to give you a detailed exposure of the Huangmei Opera music. Kevin, please.
Okay, so I think you are able to see my screen. Now I'm going to talk about the development of Huangmei Opera music and the instrument. There are 3 stages on Huangmei Opera music development. In the early stage, there's a specific term for this. We call 3 hit and 7 sing, which means that 3 people play percussion instruments and the 7 actors or actresses performed opera. That's the early stage. And the stage 2, it developed to a full-blown Chinese folk music band with some Western instrument involved. And in stage 3, a complete symphony orchestra with a set would require the Chinese folk instrument. So now start to talk about the details of each stage. Okay, in this stage, as we mentioned that before, the only 3 people plays the instrument and the only percussion instrument involved. The first person going to this one. They're going to play the drum and the main drum and clapboard. Clapboard is here. Not able to see it clearly. This is the clapboard. The second person going to play the bigger bomb and the cymbals. And it can be played by 2 people, but in the earliest time, there are only one people play both. And the third one plays the small gun. So let me show you some music sample and from Huangmei Opera, picking Hogwarts. Since we could not find any music record from this stage, you could treat that non-percussion instruments part as a vocal part. Okay, good. And go to next one. Yeah, as we said that the percussion instrument is not enough. So the first string instrument being introduced into Huangmei Opera is jinghu here. Jinghu. This is due to a famous actor who originally was a Peking opera performer. When he joined the Huangmei Opera troupe, he didn't feel comfortable to sing without the string instrument accompanying with him. So he asked to add the jinghu into the band. But jinghu is a special design for Beijing opera. It is made from bamboo with high pitch. People found out that jinghu is not suitable for Huangmei Opera, especially for female singers. So jinghu was replaced by erhu. Here is erhu. And because the erhu has the tone is much softer, And later people find out that Gaohu is even better than Erhu. So Gaohu actually pretty much same as Erhu. Both are made from redwood, but the Gaohu has a smaller resonator. This is the resonator, and with a little bit higher pitch. So mostly in the current Huangmei opera you heard is from Gaohu. Later on, more and more instruments, including Western ones, has been added into Huangmei music band, such as a pipa. It's a plucked string instrument, bamboo flute, yangqin, sona, etc. And in the Chinese folk instrument spectrum, it lacks a good bass section. So cello, that's a Western music instrument, it's become a must-have in the Huangmei opera band. So when you hear any music, Huangmei opera music, you're going to hear the cello playing in that. So here we're going to play 3 small pieces of music from Huangmei opera, Butterfly Lovers. And please listen carefully to see how instruments being used in this music. And Gaohu in the first one, pipa in the second one, bamboo flute in the third one, and the cello in order. Now, let me play the music, listen carefully to see whether or not you can distinguish them. That's Gaohu. That's a pipa or yangqin. That's a bamboo flute, but you can see cello with their every pieces. Okay, now go to the next one. In the stage 3, the Huangmei opera music is not limited to Chinese folk music. In 2000, a Huangmei opera concert been completely accomplished with a symphony orchestra was held in Beijing Concert Hall. The Huangmei concert consists of a collection with select pieces from classical Huangmei opera plays. In 2008, Hubei Huangmei Theater created and performed a large-scale modern Huangmei opera, Li Siguang. Li Siguang is a famous geologist in China. The composer used the symphony orchestra, composed the violin, cello, double bass, brass, and the woodwind instruments. Even piano and the electronic synthesizers are used. The whole music gives people a grand and magnificent feeling, which has created a new milestone in Huangmei opera music in the new era. Let me show you the music from Li Siguang. Can you, you may feel the difference from traditional Huangmei music. Yeah, you can see that it's a wonderful music. It has many modern elements in it. The accomplished music, accompaniment music for Huangmei Opera play usually has a vocal melody played by instruments such as erhu, bamboo flute, and the pipa, just same as what we heard from the previous played music. But the music for Huangmei Opera concert is totally different. They could have no vocal melody in this music. Let's listen to this sample music from Huangmei Opera, Fate in the Tears and the Laughter. Okay, this is all for today's presentation. We are handed over to Suna for hosting. Thanks.
Thank you, Kevin. That's a very impressive samples showed us how the Huangmei opera music and instrument play together. We're behind a little bit. If you can still stay, we will go with the Q&A session. I saw there's audience ask, thanks for sharing this, comprehensive and professional. How often do you practice and achieve such a level? Must be lots of time commitment. Yes, actually, as I mentioned, I like volunteer 7 years, and actually I didn't really start learning this until maybe about 5 years ago. Before the pandemic, we kind of learn it every week. We have a class, and not only the class, it's 2 hours, but a lot of time we extend it to like it's 3 hours. It's involve a lot of singing and dancing practice. We have annual performance each year, and before each performance, we also have very intensive practice. People need to gather together to complete one piece. So there are a lot of time commitment they need to make. And during pandemic, it's a different. We do a lot of learning through Zoom, but after Zoom, we need to practice a lot ourselves to improve that skills. So I think when you really love it, you got to find time to do it. Next one, I'm just checking. Jay Lu, it's very nice to have you saying wonderful. Thanks for the presentation. Excellent performance. Thank you. And thank you so much for all the great comments here. Let me see whether I missed any. Oh, beginner should start. Okay, that's a very good question. Actually, why I started, to be honest, before I started do this, I never really think. I just don't think that's part of me at all. I don't really have that talent, and I do feel like Xiaofang really encouraged me a lot. No matter how bad we sing, and she always encouraged us, and also is the kind of demonstrate how to do it right, and it really like her passion impressed us a lot. So for beginner, I think you can join us. Knowledge has not just like private lesson, but also have public lessons, and people can all learn together. I think probably just start to get some Huangmei opera, search some opera, watch the video, see you like it or not. And cool, great presentation. Oh, Wei Ling said, great presentation. My son asked whether Liang Zhu is only performed in Huangmei Opera. That's a very great question. Actually, this is not, right? Liang Zhu is a very famous piece in China, so it's not just Huangmei Opera. Yue Opera is also a famous opera to presenting this piece. Also, we have a very big music piece there, not just by opera. So it's kind of all over the places. Actually, this 18 Miles Farewell piece originated from the Yue Opera, and now we have the Huangmei Opera version of that. Let me see the next question. What is the difference between classic Huangmei and the modern Huangmei? I can let Master Chen answer that.
就是传统的黄梅和现代黄梅是吧？传统的黄梅呢，就是主要是一些传统的剧目，比如说黄梅戏最著名的《天仙配》《女驸马》《牛郎织女》。大家讲《天仙配》有的时候可能不太知道，但是我要唱一句，你肯定会。树上的鸟儿成双对，对，大家说只要有在华人的地方，这首曲子一定大家都是知道的。今天仙配和女驸马像包括牛郎织女都是最经典的黄梅戏的这个传统剧目。现代黄梅戏我们把它说成是新时代的黄梅戏，有非常非常多的，有呢就是移植过来，比如说巴金的家春秋黄梅戏也移植到舞台上来了，比如说曹禺的雷雨黄梅戏也移植到舞台上来了。对，怎么不一样？好，当然艺术呈现上肯定是不一样的。首先是服装，好，背景就是我们所说的舞台上的布景，当然还有音乐。刚才那个 Kevin 也讲了，黄梅戏传统的一些戏的音乐呢，更多的话呢就是一些传统的乐曲，比如说二胡、琵琶这些。但是一旦是现代戏的话，它会加入很多的这种容量到里面去，比如说管弦乐，比如说电子音乐。好，黄梅戏在历史上呢是标题上是200年，因为它跟相对于京剧来说，它是非常年轻的一个剧种，所以它的这个包容量也非常的大。就是人家说黄梅戏的肚子很大，为什么这么说？就是它可以吸收不同的剧种，歌剧的完了以后是京剧的、越剧的，都可以把它吸收进来，博采众长。对，有人问的话，初学者适合这种传统的黄梅戏吗？对，我还要稍微简单的讲一下就黄梅戏的话，实际上它非常有强烈的民歌色彩。有的人说，哎呀，戏曲好难哦，哼哼唧唧，哼哼唧唧，没完没了。但是黄梅戏不同，人家把它说成是戏曲当的流行歌曲。你比如说，小女子背杏桃，鸭子一只鸭，天天打住草一会儿呀，是不是那种朗朗上口，易学易唱？所以说黄梅戏现在有很多的年轻的观众就年轻的粉丝在国内，我希望我们在海外也有更多的黄梅戏的知音。初学者现代戏和传统戏都适合。
Yeah, so for beginner, like traditional and the modern style of Huangmei are both good to learn. The Huangmei opera is more like the popular music in the opera area. Thank you so much, everyone, to join us today. I hope you feel this is helpful and you can like this performance art and you can help us to introduce this performance art to your friends. See you next time, maybe. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
See you.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.